high sensitivity, so I guess. So here's the thing. What I kind of went with my Uber when you were talking about Uber for tutoring. Okay, so here's kind of how I looked at it, right? So everybody can drive. Almost like there's a lot of people that can drive, right? So the availability of people being able to drive is very high. Like there's a lot of them, right? And then like the alternative to Uber is to take a taxi, right? Which is like shitty. We agree, like it's, which we agree that the taxis. Let's get out of this lot. We agree.
Hang on a sec. Sorry.
All right.
It's a FedEx.
What'd you get?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't order anything on the internet, but Faith does. So.
Oh, me and Faith.
Because did you know that if you order on the internet, it doesn't count as shopping?
It doesn't count against your shopping budget. It counts as shopping. It doesn't count as shopping budget.
I just do it because there's no tax.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead now. I'm listening.
Okay. So there's a lot of people that can drive, right? So that's not a problem finding people that can drive. Okay. There's the alternative to an Uber is a cab, which sucks because you got to call ahead of time. You got to call. That sucks. I don't want to talk to people on the phone, first of all. So you got to call and you got to like prepare and do all this stuff, right? So you got to plan it out ahead of time, right? And so the alternative is shitty. But for like students or whatever, right? Like the availability, because I'm just going to use math because I only know about math, right? So for math, there are not a lot of qualified people, even teachers, right? So I don't even think all the math teachers that I know are good at teaching math, right? So, and I don't think that you actually have to be a teacher to be good at helping a kid with it, right? But I just don't think there's not enough of them right now, right? So I think that's one problem, and the alternative to tutoring on demand or in a webcam or on what the frick was that? Or whatever. By the way, I'm gonna snipe, so you got to put your panties on and try hard, okay? So
all right, can you just stay in whatever menu you're in? Because I've got kicked out of my class I'm creating about 6 times now.
You want me to give you a second? You want me to give you a second? Okay. So like, but I think the alternative to online tutoring, which would be your teacher in real life, right? Or like some other place where you can go get tutoring, is better than the alternative. Like, you know, I think that would be better than somebody on the webcam teaching you. Because I taught on the because at IDLA I have to do that, right? Like I actually have to sit in a room and they can screencast. It's like when you watch a video of me and I'm like writing on the board. Like I think somebody with lesser quality as a teacher could do a better job because they're sitting next to them. I think that's a better option for them. But if you
as opposed to
like even me doing it, I know what I'm doing too. Like I know how to use all the tools, you know, and you know I know all the different strategies and stuff. And with the way the Common Core stuff is going, like there's a lot of teachers that can't help the students right now. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff in Algebra 1 where like I'll look at it for a kid that's like a freshman and I'll be like, I know how to solve this, but I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this way to do it, you know? Or whatever. I don't know if you know that yet, is the thing.
Yeah. So my argument to that would be that, like, if some kid's just trying to get his homework done.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't care.
Yeah. So like,
you know what I mean? If you're supposed to tell him that or not.
Yeah, and so like,
which is one thing.
So then, what's the goal? Like, so that's another what I've. Your voice.
But I just feel like, so basically, there's a couple things that I've been thinking about. Is one, I have 196 kids, right? They don't get any time with me unless they stay after, right? Which they're not going to do, especially if they have sports or whatever, you know. So it's like, but if they could
get access to you,
if there was a place, if they had an option, you know what I mean, an easy option, they didn't have to go anywhere, they could do it from their own house, whatever. That's kind of what I was thinking from the need.
Oh.
The other thing Do you know what Sylvan Learning Center is? Do they have those out here?
No, I don't know. I mean, they might have them. I don't know what they are.
Well, it's basically extra school. It's like they're tutors. So, like my brother, when he was in 6th grade, was reading at like 3rd grade reading level. So he had like a reading tutor at Sylvan Learning Center, whatever. Right? It was really expensive, and it worked. So when I was in college, that's where I was trying to get a job, like a part-time job, because I was like, oh, education major, you get experience, whatever. Well, they wouldn't hire me. They would hire me only to be a book puller, not to do any instruction, right? Like,
is it because you weren't a certified teacher?
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Because you weren't a certified teacher?
So their whole thing is like, it's all certified teachers, which is why they can justify charging so much, right? I'm like, what about people who just need, like, they don't need a certified teacher. They just need someone who knows more than they know.
So yeah, you can do open source. That's basically crowdsourcing. But the thing about Uber is that why Uber is successful is because they pay a lot. They pay the drivers more than a taxi cab driver would make. So unless you're gonna pay, you know.
So wait, let me finish that thought. So I had a thought about labor, right?
Yeah.
And I always think of it right here because we have NNU, BSU, C of I all right next to each other, right? And I think college students want to work and get some beer money, but they don't want to have like full-time job, right?
That's correct.
Because they want to be able to party and do what they got to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, if you had, especially education major, like if you had people who are training to be teachers doing it, you could sort of be halfway there. You could be like, well, we don't have teachers, but we have, you know, they're not certified teachers, but they're educators, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, if you charge $20 an hour and they get 16 of it or whatever, that'd be pretty good, right? Would you, like, you'd click in.
Well, so like, yeah, it's hard because it's like, it's hard to measure, like, teaching. That's why you can't determine like how much a teacher's worth, because it's like, I don't know. Because the other thing when I was thinking about this, because I've been thinking about that a lot, was like, so shit. Hang on, we gotta do it after this because I'm gonna kill all these guys in real life. Oh god, Rob, I can't do anything. Enemy UAV in your vicinity. Dude, come on. Dude, this gun shoots too slow, dude. It's way powerful. It's like shooting a cannon.
Is it the double shot one?
No, it's the single shot one. Like, you hit him in the leg that kills him. I hit him twice.
Where are they?
Okay, anyway, we're gonna lose. But okay, so here was the thing, right? So I don't know if you've thought this far ahead. Like, what is the goal of doing that? Was it to provide like accessibility to students that just don't have it, or flexibility, or ease, or like what? Or was it to make money? Because I would think like if it was making money, right? Like it doesn't seem very cost effective as a business strategy. Like it just wasn't gonna, unless you were gonna hire like anybody, right? Like random college kids, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it would be easier to be a go-between, like to set up like your own like tutoring service and then like subcontract it. I think that would be easier, you know.
Okay, so that was what I started with.
Yeah.